Okay, for this first project here, I'm going to use this sign from Dollar Tree. It's a very interesting sign, and so I grabbed it not knowing what I was going to do with it. But it did give me like those Celtic vibes, this St. Patrick's Day vibes. So I'm going to take two of my acrylic, well, no, they're chalk markers. I like these brush tips, especially when you have to get into some of these fine spaces. And I feel like these really have a good coverage. Now, I did keep with this color here that I'm using first, but when I used that second color, I didn't love it. It had too much of a minty color, so I did end up using one of my other chalk markers that was more of a lime green that you'll see here in a minute. But this makes it so much easier because these signs are kind of difficult to paint. It's very tedious if you're going to actually use paint. So I like using the paint markers here. Okay, and so then after, like I said, using this color, I will go ahead and fill in the other parts with the green. Now the diamonds themselves I'm going to do in gold. And I started using a gold marker, and here it is before I started the gold. So you can see I kind of used more of a limey green. I think it looks really good. Then I grabbed my gold marker here. I had a couple different ones. There's this one that's like a crayon that's from Dollar Tree, but the coverage just isn't as good, so I used the other one. And this is how it turned out. Now, for some reason, it was more gold on this side than it was on this side, and even after I shook my pen more, so I'm not sure why that is. But then I went into Cricut's design space. I just typed in the word lucky and came up with this. It's 3 layers, and I'm going to go ahead and cut those out in 3 different colors. So I used gold paper, a darker green, and a lime green. And I'm just going to use my double-sided sticky tape runner here and just add or glue them all together. And then on the last layer, I'm going to use some 3D foam tape and then just stick it down onto the sign. So this was a super easy project. If you don't have a Cricut, there's lots of different ways. You could print this out on the computer, cut it out. You could use some sticker letters, all sorts of different options. And that's it for this project. This is another super simple project. So I grabbed this table runner from Dollar Tree. Of course, it's the perfect shade of Kelly green. Then I went onto my Cricut and I just typed in St. Patrick's Day and came up with a couple sayings in their library there. And so I just cut them out on some gold vinyl, heat transfer vinyl, and that's it. I'm just going to put these at the ends of each of the table runner, and easy peasy. Very easy. There's so many different things you could do. You could cut out some shamrocks with fabric and like sew them on, or use an iron to iron them on. So there's lots of different options that you can make over these table runners, and I just thought, wow, what an easy project, and I really think it steps up my kitchen table. At the end of this video, I will show you or I'll link some other videos I have like this project I made last year. So you can click on that and get more St. Patrick's Day inspiration. Another super simple project. When I was walking by these window clings, I loved that they were like square rectangle shape. Now, it peels off with just the word, so it doesn't peel off as a square, but I rarely ever use window clings as window clings. What I like to do is just cut them down. Sometimes I cut them with scissors if they're shapes, but these ones were really easy just to use my paper cutter and cut them into the rectangles that they are. So here's a couple options. You can take a square sign and you could do something like this, or you could take one of these longer signs and you could do something like this. But what I'm going to do is I got these at a garage sale for $1, and let me tell you, I squealed because I'm really excited about these really nice MDF blocks. And so there's actually two that are kind of rectangles and one that's a square. So I just kind of put these on there and see which ones I like. And that is what I come up with. And so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some cardstock and I'm going to cut it around. What I'm showing you there on the backs is this is really great where you could put Valentine's on one side, St. Patrick's Day on the other, or Easter, whichever holiday you'd like to. But I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just taping them down because this still has the backing on it, so it's like a piece of cardstock. Glue that right down to the cardstock that I cut a little bit bigger. And then this is just some double-sided sticky tape. I don't know where I got it. I just kind of came across it and I was like, holy moly, this stuff is really good. So I am going to hopefully be able to find it based off the writing that's inside of it so I can link it because I have a feeling it's worth every penny. It's really easy to tear off and it's really sticky. I prefer this method over like glue and stuff because it can kind of crinkle the paper. And then that's it. I just glue all three of these down. And then I'm just going to take my sanding block and I'm just going to sand the edges because it just kind of hang over a little bit and this just kind of finishes it off. And like I said, another easy project. One of the easiest ways I find to make like St. Patrick's Day decor is to buy a scrapbook kit. So I picked up this kit and then I'm also going to use this sign from Michael's. It came in one of my grab bags, so it cost me change. And then I'm going to use this set. It's from Echo Park, and I am in love with their sets because you can make so much from them. So these are the papers that came in the kit. You can see you can make other holidays too, like maybe some Easter with those flowers. It's all double-sided thick cardstock. And one of the things I love is it comes with these sheets where you can cut up these squares and rectangles to decorate. This one had some tags you could cut up. And here is another sheet with some other sayings. They're so cute. You can put them in a picture frame. You can clip them to a little mini clipboard. So many things you can do. And so I'm going to make a sign because one of my favorite things to do is to make these paper crafting signs. But I always start by taking some of the pattern paper. I try to take some of the less busy paper and use that as the base. So I have this white with the shamrocks and then I have the green with the shamrocks. So these are both 12 by 12 pieces of paper. So I'm kind of laying it down here. And then I always like to break them up with another pattern. I love when there's stripes or polka dots. I can just kind of break up the pattern there. Loved this little rainbow, so I just cut a strip. I just cut strips of paper and start laying them down. I went through all of these and I came up with one that I wanted to use. And so this is the one. I thought it was so cute. And then this was just actually floating around in my bin. I was like, hey, that works. It's this like really textured green piece of paper. So just kind of add that down here. And I always lay everything out first before I adhere anything down. And then when I get it the way I like it, I take a picture and then I remake it with putting it down. So here's these little, what do you call them at St. Patrick's Day? Because I call them cauldrons at Halloween, but I guess just a, pot of gold, a pot, and then this rainbow is actually just something I've had in my stash for years that I got at Target. This year I found this confetti at Dollar Tree, and there's so much good confetti in here. Little pots, rainbows, and of course the little gold coins, which I will use as well. Then I want to talk about these. These are chipboard shamrocks, and then I got a bunch of chipboard tags. So if you are not familiar, Amazon has a section that's almost kind of like Temu. It's called Amazon Haul, and the way you get to it is you just type in the word haul, HAUL, onto in the search bar when you get onto Amazon, and it will take you over to this like really discounted side of Amazon. So I got all this stuff here that I'm showing you from there. I got those little shamrock charms, which I don't end up using on this project. But I got a bunch of this ribbon, and I chose this one. I'm going to kind of put this one down as well. Okay, and now I am just going to adhere everything down. This part will go a little bit fast because I know you're not super excited to watch me glue stuff down. I do like to use double 3D tape as well, just to give it some more 3D, and texture, things like that. So I will use the foam tape as well, and you can get that at Dollar Tree. The one I have again is just, I think, something I got as a freebie at a craft thing. So, but Dollar Tree has it as well. And then I'm going to take those little confetti coins and I'm just going to glue them down over by the pot. My goodness, so cute. And then that'll complete it for the sign. And I am so in love with it. And you can see these things are really easy to make. Just cut up a bunch of pieces and just kind of start playing with their placement. And that's it. It's pretty easy to do. And you can do this for any holiday, even your regular home decor. You can use really pretty neutral papers and a saying about family. Again, these are my favorite things to make. go into Cricut Design Space, there is a projects area. So I typed in St. Patrick's Day to see what popped up. And in all my decor, I don't really have one of these hats. So I went ahead and I cut out all the pieces as per the project does. And I'm just going to kind of show you here how you fold the pieces that come out and how you tape them down. And I don't think you need my verbal explanation. You can just use this tutorial here if you do cut this one out, and then you'll have a way to kind of look at it, because it did take me a little bit to figure out, there aren't written instructions sometimes on these. So go ahead and give this a watch. And what this is going to be is just like a top hat, like a leprechaun hat, and it's actually a box. So it's really cute and fun. And I enjoy putting these together. I see them all the time in the little project section. And I think, gosh, I should really make, more of these paper projects. what do we think should go inside my little box here? How about some gold candy, some Rolos, and some of these gold coins? I actually found the gold coins in the Easter section, and now I have this cute little box here and some fun treats as a surprise inside. This year I'm having a lot of fun doing a year-round Christmas tree. And so this is my St. Patrick's Day Christmas tree so far. I think there's some more I want to do with it, but this is how far I've gotten as far as this video. As you can see, I still have some red curtains up from Valentine's Day, but this has been so fun. I hope you enjoyed these St. Patrick's Day DIYs. Click one of the videos up above if you would like more inspiration. And until next time, happy crafting.